Hey y'all, working on this here Cohiba box. She's coming along. It's still cut out there wobbly. Gotta fix that, but I will. Ain't got there yet. But I do have a question. I think that I'm only gonna put one sound hole in this box, and I think I'm gonna put it down here by the neck. I think that'll look better than two. I don't want it to look like a fly or a bumblebee. Just one sound hole. I think that'll do it. I did figure out how to paint those things though, thanks to YouTube University. Figured that out. And I want to thank a subscriber, 200 feet up, for giving me some idea about this here screen stuff. Now this is not screen. This is a heavy mesh for a tarp that goes over a trailer. You know, the little roll him up tarps. That way you can get into the junkyard with it, dump your trash out. So that's that. Went into Slows today and I found this critter. Think I might could use that for a tailpiece. It's black. It's powder coated. Not real sure. Y'all tell me. How does that look? Digging around in the shop. Found this critter. It's black. I had it the whole time. That looked good on there. Of course, not that high, but you know, something like that. Went to the Tractor Supply to buy some dog food. In the Tractor Supply now, I got curious. Went and looked, you know, they got tools and stuff. Walked over there and found some double wides in the black. Tell me why I had to go to Tractor Supply to find double wides in the black. I went to Slows and I went to the Depot. Didn't either one of them have it now. I looked for these specifically. They didn't have them. I said specific, not Pacific. But I found these at the Tractor Supply. And y'all know what a double wide looks like on there. So, second question. Down there in the comments, I want you to answer this. Do I use number one, strike plate? Number B, the thing from Slows? Or number three, the double wide? Okay? One more time for those in the back. Number one, the strike plate. Number two, the thing you bought from Lowe's. Or number three, the double wide. Let me know. Gotta let me know in a hurry. I'm gonna put this thing together. Got my bridge all did up. I keep mine at an angle. It makes intonation a lot easier. But it looks spiffy up there. Looks all kind of spiffy. Got my piezo picked out. Got a big one. You're getting sleepy. No, don't fall asleep yet. Digging around in my drawers. In the workbench. Found this mono jack. That'll fit all the way through that box. And tighten up nice. That'll work. Heh. Fretboard. I told you, you can put wood bleach on this, sit it in the sunshine, and it'll bring the grain colors out. It's about the only thing that'll do it. But guess what? We ain't had no sunshine. It's cold. But, little tip here. If you're going to do something like that, and I have bent that thing, but if you're going to do something like that, before you cut your fret slots out, anything you're applying to this, especially if it's high liquid content, do that first. Then cut your fret slots. Because if you put any liquid on here, this is wood. It will soak it up and it will expand that wood and your fret slots will tighten up and your frets won't fit. Then you had the big issue of going back through all those slots with your saw and cleaning those slots out, widen them out for your frets to fit. But guess what's going to happen? Just as soon as you do that, that wood's going to dry out enough that now your fret slots are going to be too big and your frets are going to fall out. So, make sure, pay attention to what you're doing. And don't put any liquid anything on this until, or do it before you cut your fret slots. Now, if I don't get no sunshine in the next couple of days, I'm gonna take Sir Sparks a lot right here, and I'm gonna burn this boy. Burn him. Then I'm gonna take me a sanding block, and I'm gonna get the charcoalies off of him. And then I got some more of this stuff right here, but it's white, semi-transparent, and I'm gonna whitewash it. Give it some contrast on the neck. Now I know you've been waiting on to see this neck. I got the neck all smoothed up. La la. See there? Look at that wood grain. And it's black. Still got a little bit of cleaning to do, but it's there. Now, for all of you that get kind of worried about things, I sell these guitars. But if you look on the back of that neck right there, you see all them little scrapes and stuff on there? That's from my wood rasp. And that's character. That's like walking in a 200-year-old house and looking at the hardwood floors and saying, oh, it's got a scuff on it, you got to take it out. No, man, that's character. Leave that there. That is butter smooth. You can't feel any of that. I can run my finger on it. You can't see it. But you take this thing right here and spray some of that liqueur on there. Then you take this old spongy pad and you sand him off. And you take that liqueur right there and you spray him down. And you take the spongy pad and you do that 2 or 3 times. Man, you're going to be slick Rick. That thing's going to feel good. That's the neck. And you can see right there is the neck and right here is the heel. And I glued it, put some screws in it. The screws act as a clamp and you don't have to use 77,000 clamps. That's that part. I wanted to make a note before I forget. When you're putting these strings on these things, I do most of my guitars in E, open E. That one's open E. That one's open E. I buy my strings in bulk, by the way. These strings are in diameter. This one is a 26 gauge. This one is a 36 gauge. And this one is a 48 gauge. See there? CB giddy, y'all. But they are all wound. If you're doing an open G tuning, you're going to have some strings similar to this. That is a .006. That is an unwound string. Okay? That would be your high string. But then it gets thicker and goes to a 030 and a 042. Okay? Both of these strings are wound. Now I'm going to tell you, if you change the tuning of that open G and you try to put that thing in E with that unwound string, the intonation is going to kick you in the butt. It's very hard to intonate between the two because of the size jump. Now, you can take these wound strings and tune them in different open tunings. The floor is open for you on that. But if you ever have a wound and an unwound, if you're not stepping down far enough, like a 6-string, you know, they start with wound strings and end up with unwound. But there is so much room between that low E and that high E that you're not going to mess up too bad. But on a 3-string, you don't have that distance in your gauge size. So be careful when you do that. I'm going to tell you, if you put one of those sets of G strings on there, G strings, with that unwound string, and you try to intonate that thing in another key, get ready. That's going to hurt your feelings. But just so you know, I told you. Don't say I didn't told you. But that's where we're at. I'm going to put this thing together. I'm hoping to get some sunshine for the frets, or the fretboard. If I don't get no sunshine, I'm going to blame him. Ain't going to have no choice. Because that right there looks super silly. And it looks real silly up against this here box. I don't like it. That's got to tone down. So the next thing I got to do is the fretboard. Then I got to get me some little pillars to go in here where that neck sits. Because that neck's sitting in that box and it's got to sit again, a lid like that. So if I hold that right there, that neck's in there. You can't, nah, that's black. You can't see that. But there's a gap right there. So this thing will vibrate, make some noise. But we're almost there. So leave me some info in the comment sections. I need to know which one of these hardtails to use and whether or not to do just one sound hole. I'm leaning towards one. And I'm also just not trying to twist your arm. I'm also leaning towards that double wide because I like the way they fit. But I can use the others. No problemo. And if you get the answer right, if I use what you suggest, you will win a round trip to nowhere. Welcome back. All right, that's all I got. Leave me some information in the comments down below and come back and see me. Bye.